Rhubarb is a favorite among individuals in temperate zones because of its high growth rate and ability to be harvested at almost any time of the year. When is rhubarb ready to pick? Before you pick rhubarb, you need to know which parts you can eat and which are bad for you. In general, humans should only eat the fleshy stalks and need to avoid the leafy greens. Rhubarb is notorious for containing oxalic acid, which can wreak havoc on the kidneys and lead to poisoning. While the stalks contain a small, healthy amount, the leaves have enough to make a person sick and induce vomiting and stomach discomfort. Someone who decides to sit down and eat 4 to 8 kilograms of leaves could even kill themselves by accident. With this in mind, the stalks are perfectly safe to eat and can appear in a broad range of colors, including red, pink, and green. When you harvest, make sure to only grab these and remove any leaves carefully before preparation. When to harvest? One of the most interesting characteristics of rhubarb is how it can be considered ripe at almost any point throughout the spring and summer. Because rhubarb grows multiple stalks, it is important to only harvest the ones that are strong enough to survive being removed from the central stem. The ideal length of the leaf stalks is around 10 inches long, as the stalk will be healthy and the central stem will not be adversely affected. It is also important not to start harvesting your rhubarb come fall. It is possible, but your plant needs time to store much needed energy for winter. Picking up until the first frost is a good way to kill a younger, weaker plant. Also, don't harvest any rhubarb during the first 2 years after planting. It isn't ready and could wither away and freeze in winter. How to harvest? The easiest way to harvest rhubarb is to simply pull the stalks away from the rest of the plant. If the stalks are the right size but are not coming loose, then you can cut them free near the bottom of the plant using a pair of garden shears or scissors. When harvesting from a central plant, it is important to start from the outside and work your way in. If some of the stalks seem short and thin, leave those for another day when they have the chance to grow a bit more. Try to leave at least 1/3 of the stalks on the plant during the spring and fall so the vegetable has enough time to store and utilize energy in the upcoming months. Do not harvest up until the first frost, as this will lead to a dead plant. At the same time, don't pick too many in the summer either, as the vegetable doesn't like the heat and is not a big summer grower. Finally, once rhubarb has begun to flower, it becomes more difficult to pick. If you are worried about the flowers hardening the stalks, you can cut away the bulbs to enjoy more time with your sweet prize. Varieties of rhubarb. At the moment, botanists tend to distinguish between 11 varieties that all grow well in temperate zones. These are Holstein Blood Red, McDonald's Canadian Red, Canada Red, Colorado Red, Cherry Red, Victoria, Riverside Giant, Turkish, German Wine, The Sutton, Sunrise. These varieties are typically split between the reds and the greens. The sweeter plants are the reds, which often range in color between dark pink and red. Greens, on the other hand, are hardier and better in cold climates but are more bitter. However, this rule is not standard. Some reds are extremely acerbic, while a couple of greens like the German wine tastes like fruit juice. Do some research about your plant. If you are unsure of what you have in the ground, examine the leafy part that protrudes above the soil. You should be able to match it to a local variety. If you still can't tell, pull one of the vegetables early and compare the stalk to pictures of the 11 varieties. When picking rhubarb, it's important to harvest during the spring and fall and to allow the plant enough time to gather and store energy for the summer and winter. Remember to only take big, healthy stalks, and always dispose of the leaves in the garbage or compost bin to avoid that oxalic acid. If you liked this video, don't forget to like and subscribe.